Robert Sasso here from TGT Webcomics at C2E2 with Gina Biggs from Red String. How you doing, Gina?
I'm doing okay. A little hyperactive. I've had the first bit of caffeine I've had in a few weeks, so I'm almost eating a microphone now. It's pretty cool.
It's okay. I just shift hands. So, Red String has been a favorite. You've been on the podcast. You've been doing this for a long time. Beautiful books. I mean, dancing books at that. But you've had a blast doing it. I've enjoyed your energy that you bring to this thing, and I just thank you for coming on to the interview.
Oh, no problem. I've always got a lot of energy to spend, so if I can put it anywhere, that's great.
And you put everything into your book. You've done everything towards the book, towards your readers, towards yourself, and you do a great job of it.
Thank you. It's definitely a soul-crushing thing. You put everything into it, so it's like you definitely hope that people are enjoying it because everything is going into it. So it's pretty wild.
And of course, you said you were a little hyperactive. You felt like this was one of your video podcasts that you normally do, and you're always on the go with that, especially when you get you and Jenny together. You do a great job. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Jenny's either a good or a bad influence on me. I don't know. It depends on your point of view, but I think it's a good influence. It gets me all upbeat and even more sociable because before I met Jenny, I was very much a wallflower. I was very quiet. I would have never done a video podcast, let alone just a regular podcast, because I normally very shy, and then started hanging out with her, and I started getting a lot more out there. It was definitely a good thing.
And you have Red Story, you have Erstwhile. I mean, you've been doing this for a while. And which books do we have here today?
Oh my goodness, we have all 5 volumes of Red String. I've got the adult side stories for Red String. Right. The author doing her own doujinshi. Oh my. Let's see, I've got Erstwhile, which is the fairy tale books. Let's see, I've got the Red String art books. I've got Love of Sausage, which is the autobiographical tale about my dachshunds, the sausage dogs. And, original Red String pages, buttons and t-shirts. I've got pretty much everything with me.
You brought everything in the kitchen sink, basically.
Well, I wish I had a kitchen sink, but, I'll skip the dishes for now.
C2E2, an inaugural convention in downtown Chicago. You can't go anywhere without seeing beautiful architecture and everything like that. You're here in the Webcomic Pavilion. I mean, this is probably something that it's not really been done to this extent before.
Okay. It looks like every comic book convention I've been to, except that there's a great webcomic presence and a great artist alley with a great amount of artists. Usually when I hit comic book conventions like this, it's all the collectors, and that's about it. And it's kind of, they're great if you're into that, but it's not as great if you're an indie artist. So this was a nice change of pace. It felt like we weren't being ignored. And, I've never been to Chicago. I've never really been off the East Coast in terms of conventions, so it was nice to, branch out a bit. And I haven't really gotten to see any of the structures, but I had some deep dish pizza, and that was amazing. It was fantastic. I've been wanting to try that for a long time. Actual Chicago deep dish, so that was a real pleasure.
Well, we're doing steak tonight, but we'll be doing pizza tomorrow, deep dish, so that's great to hear. And where did you go?
It was Lou Mir. Oh wow, I don't know what it's called. It was like real close to our hotel though, and they have a few locations. So it was some Italian last name. I shouldn't say it like that because I am Italian, but I can't pronounce Italian names. I was lucky I pronounced my own before I got married.
Well, okay, last question here. C2E2, this inaugural convention, when this closes up, when you pack up your entire thing in the kitchen sink and the lights go down, what are you personally going to take from this experience?
Well, a lot of the connections I'm making with the other artists. It's always great to get to talk shop with other people who do the same thing, and you find out you're not so alone as you feel when you're behind your computer desk doing webcomics, where you hear from the fans sometimes and all that, but you feel kind of isolated, and then you get to these things and you realize you're not alone, and it's always a warming experience to be reminded of that.
And it's great that you're here. I just want to thank you so much for this interview again. Finally, a face-to-face here,
right?
And it's a true pleasure. And what's your website?
Oh, it's redstring.strawberrycomics.com.
It's a mouthful, but it's worth it.
Yeah, excellent, yes. And if it's too much of a mouthful, strawberrycomics.com will get you there just as easily. So.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Gina. I appreciate it.
No problem.